Hello everyone, my name is Aneta and I am from LPU, BTech CSC. My domain is software testing and in this semester I have been assigned with an assignment which is about COVID-19 vaccine certificate API using RestAssured. Objectives are to test a RESTful vaccination certificate retrieval service. The task focuses on verifying personal information, dose count, and error handling using RestAssured. The overview of my tasks are create a mock API for retrieving vaccine certificates by certificate ID, use a GET request and assert fields like dose, vaccination name, and issue date, add new values, record and upload test process to the YouTube. My API should contain the attributes like certificate ID, full name, vaccine name, dose count, vaccination date, and the location. I have to validate few things like get request with the path parameter, status code 200 OK or 404 for invalid ID, base URI setup with properties file, header count, content type check, and response time validation. So basically, I have to create an API for COVID-19 and I have to test it with the RestAssured in Eclipse. Okay, so let's start it. I have already created a API on my basic syntax for the JSON file. It is on my notepad. Like you can see a few things which I have to add like certificate ID, full name of that patient, vaccine name, dose count, vaccination date, and location. So this is the basic JSON syntax, and I have already copy-conned it on the command prompt. So let's uh, put that command which will create the endpoint, so I can use that API. So open the command prompt. So the command for that is npx json server vac.json. So you can see that the endpoint has been created. So let's open it. So apart from basic syntax, few other things are also showing. So I have been testing it before I am shooting this video. So this is the basic sentence, and let's begin the testing process, which will be held on Eclipse. So let's start the Eclipse. So as you can see in that file that I have to fetch the data in a resource file. So I have already done that. Like you can see, I have created an assignment to Maven project in which in test in resources source test resources I have created a config properties. In base URI I have copied the URL. Okay, and I have created a package in source Java which is called vaccine, and I have created a class of Java which is vaccine API test. So to validate all those things which are present in that assignment, like adding new values and get request, status code, base URI, which I have already done, base URI setup with properties file. This is base URI setup with properties file, like in config properties. This is what it is. So rest four things I will be doing in this file, class file of Java. So let's begin the basic code. Okay, so import io.RestAssured and RestAssured. Okay. Import io.rest sort dot response dot response, import java.io dot file, input string, import java.io dot input output exception, import java dot util dot properties, input java dot util dot properties, import static io dot RestAssured dot RestAssured dot star. So all these packages which I have been imported, I am going to use in my code. So the first package, which is RestAssured, will be used in validating all those things like command like get, when, all these things. Responses are used for response to validate that responses. Input file stream will be help me to read that file in that resource mounted properties. Input output exception, Java util properties, and rest. All these will be used in my upcoming code. Okay, so let's begin the code. Public class vaccine API, vaccine API test, public class vaccine API test, public static wild main string AGS throws IO exception. So like you can see that these errors are coming because they are saying that these packages are not I am using right now. So when will I code further, I will be moved, those errors will be disappear. And one more thing guys, I have to add dependencies, that pom XML file of Maven, to run this code. Like this is the basic, like from in line number 5, these are the basic which default, and the two dependencies which I have been added are RestAssured for doing that validation testing and TestNG to run that whole program. Okay, I am using the TestNG framework, Java framework, to run my command. So this is basic, you have to add it before doing anything. Okay, otherwise your code will not be run. So properties, prop new properties, file input stream, and here I have to copy the path of my base URI which I have been added in the resources, created a file resources and added it. So I have to go in properties, copy the path so that my code can read my API, fetch data from my API. I have to use it. So till now everything is fine. Dot get property is base UI. So till now everything is fine, no errors. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Now I have to add response. So basically I have to get a response object. Dot. So it will help me to read the parameters, the body of my API. Okay. Okay. So errors were coming. Now there is no error. It's showing that I am not using this variable. I am going to use it. So this error will also be vanished. Like all those errors before import, like line 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all are vanished. This error will also going to be vanished. Okay. So wait for it. I'm going to put my code, and it will just help me to eradicate all those things which are coming between. Status code. So it will help me to show the status code of my API. So like there is a first validation. I have to show that status code 200. Okay. So I have to show it. Okay. So I'm going to print it. System.out.println status code. Okay. Plus status code. It will show the status code. Let me see if I'm done something wrong. Status code, the file which I have been created is status code. Get status code and system.println status code plus status code. Okay. Now for same thing I have to create a string for the vaccine name. Not JSON path dot get string find it dot certificate ID equal to like I have to fetch the data of certificate ID 1002. Okay, so I have created my APIs. You can see I want to fetch the ID of the details of certificate ID is at 1002. So I will put cert 1002 here, and it will show me the basic details of that person. vaccine name. Okay, it will help me to print system.out.println. I have to put the name of the object here. Okay, so I have print about the status code, I have print about the vaccine name. Now I have to copy the dose count. Okay, so I will just copy this code and just change the details over here. I'm not going to write everything again and again. It will save, it will make the video shorter. Okay, so dose count, the details are in int. Get string, I will have to change here, get int. Okay, this is the function which I am using here. Vaccine name, in place of vaccine name I have to use the thing which is written here. Like in vaccine name I have written vaccine name, I mean in dose count I have to write dose count. Then it will be going to fetch the data of dose count, what is the dose of the person, and the way of writing should be same like in the API. Okay, so dose count is here. Now I have to do for it same, I have to create that same thing for your vaccine name. So I have created int class status code for printing the status code. Create string class of vaccine name, it will print the vaccine name, and dose count. So I have to do here dose count, so it will print the value of the dose count. Okay, now I have to do for it a date. Okay, copy. I'm writing this whole code so that nothing should be unclear. Okay, date, response, JSON path, get string, everything is okay. Now here I have to add vaccination date. Okay, and here I have to add the date because I have created the object calling date, and here I have to write anything I want to write, it will print according to it. So vaccination date, it will print the date. So now I have printed all those 4 things. Like in my assignment I have created the get request for the path parameter, status code, base URI. Now I have to add the header content type check. Why I have created all these 3 objects like int, dose count, vaccine name, because here is written use get request and assert fields like dose, vaccine name and issue date. So now I have to do my 4th validation, which is header content type check. So let's begin that. So string content type equals to response dot header content type. Okay, so I have created object content type. Now system dot out dot println, where I have to print the content type, content type plus system dot out dot println now I will going to print the response time, response time, response dot get time plus milliseconds. So it is going to print the response time. Okay, so I created the content time, response dot header content type, system dot for printing the content type, and response dot get time to printing the response time. So now I have to add the new values. So for adding new values, I have to create a post request. Okay, for that string new certificate data, I have created the object where I have to write the basic syntax for JSON. So for that, let's begin it. And plus we have to remove this, otherwise it will not fall into the basic syntax. Battery learning slow, so let me charge it. Okay, so first I will add the first line, and apart from that every line I can copy. One 009. I can add anything here. N should be small, and 1 plus sign. created the basic syntax. Now I have to copy this thing for adding every value. Just paste it. One time full name, for another time vaccine name, for another time dose count, for another time vaccination date, and for another time location, and for one other time it will be for closing the syntax. So in the name of certificate ID I have to add full name of the patient. So here for full name I am going to add my name, which is Aryan Aditya. Then another, after full name I have to add a vaccine name, on the name of vaccine I am going to add vaccine in the name. After that I have to add the dose count. So I have got 2 doses of vaccine, so I'm going to write 2 here. After that vaccination date, which is in the form of year, month and date, so 2024/09/18, which is my date of birth also. And after that I'm going to add the location where I've got being vaccinated. So in location I'm going to add my city, which is Patna. So till now I have created the basic syntax for JSON. Okay, so now I have to post request. So given dot content type I have to write application / JSON dot when dot post. So where I have to post, sorry, I have to create a space here. Dot post cov now dot then dot status code, which is 201 for creation. Okay, so I have created all those things which I'm going to use. In after content I have to add body where I have to use this new certificate data to post that data. Okay, so I'm writing here new certificate data. Okay, so now there is no error in my code. Okay, so now I'm going to run it. First I have to save it, so Ctrl+S, or you can save it from here. From here. Now my code got saved. Now I have to run it. Okay, so for running it I'm making it pure and right click, run as Java application. We have to wait for at least 2 to 3 seconds. So I'm getting some errors here. Let me debug it. Okay, let me see what I have done wrong here. I have to remove the console. So status So after debug, I have got the error. I have to use curly bracket, but I have used something else, so that's why I'm getting error. After removing this, the error will be removed, and I'm 100% sure my code will be run. Now there will be no error. You can see that status code, vaccination name, dose count, vaccination date, content time, response time. All the vaccination name, dose count, vaccination date, all of these things are coming for the certificate ID 1002. You can verify it from my API. Certificate 1002 Covaxin dose count 1 2023 8 like 22 August 2023, and my response you can see 22. And the put, I have to add new value also. Okay, so now when I will refresh my API, you can see that RN Aditya Covaxin date, this and location, this will be added in my API. So till now there is no that thing. Okay, you can see that last thing is Aman Yadav and Covaxin Lucknow. But when I'm going to refresh my API, new data will be also there. You can see last is RN Aditya Covaxin, dose count 2, my date, and Patna. So I have to do all these things. I have to add new data in my API. So I added it. I have to validate the get request with the path parameter. So you can see here that 200 is coming get request. So everything is fine. Vaccination name I have to fetch. I have to validate it. Dose count I have to fetch. I have to validate it. Vaccination date I have to fetch. I have to validate it. And header and type I have to fetch, and I have to validate it, and response time. So I have completed my assignment, and this is all about COVID-19 vaccine API test using RestAssured. So thank you for watching my video.